Welcome back, everyone. It's important to recognize the great people we have across our state. And one person who does just that is right here with us today, Doug Jessup with Jessup's Journal, joining us now in this sponsored interview. What an incredible and special show that you have. But
thank you.
Explain what Jessup's Journal is all about.
Jessup's Journal is a 30-minute collection of powerful, positive, and inspirational stories and music.
And it isn't just about Utah, although this episode coming up is in Utah, but you travel all over.
Oh, yeah. We travel all over the place because, you know, it's interesting, and I'm going to give a little shout out to Nisha. Okay, Nisha is not used to being interviewed, but I got the opportunity to interview her once. And I've always considered myself a storyteller, but she taught me something interesting. I'm actually more of a facilitator that helps other people tell their stories, even if they don't think they have one. So that's what's been a real blast. And so I can do it a little longer format.
Well, I think everyone has a story, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk about this weekend. You're airing an episode, and it's not the usual time. Tell people where they can.
Okay, it's at
find
3
it.
o'clock because apparently ABC decided to do some little sports thing. And
Some sports thing.
Yeah.
So 3 o'clock, usually it's at 10 a.m.
Yes.
What will we find in this week's episode?
Well, this week's episode is called Artists and Authors. So first up is a artist that has some incredible stuff going on, and he's actually made some books. And so here, roll the tape. Featuring artists and authors. Our first guest wields a powerful paintbrush.
The first was if Picasso painted a snowman.
Yeah.
If Da Vinci painted a dinosaur. And the third one is if Monet painted a monster.
I see a theme going on here, okay?
They're all artists.
Yeah.
It's carrying this theme that, you know, art is wide open.
We're featuring artists and authors.
Okay, Greg Newbold.
Right. Very talented guy. You've seen his art on, like, for example, the fairs and all that kind of stuff. Does a lot of great stuff. And shout out to Greg. He's actually the guy that did my little portrait, you know, just because he had some little assignment to do.
Well, why not?
Yeah,
right?
it was just like, you know, it was like, okay, do a drawing of somebody with a hat, and apparently I come to mind.
Sure,
So it's like,
if you're standing right in front of him.
Yeah.
Okay, another person that you highlighted, or I should say, a group, musical guest, Pixie and the Party Grass Boys.
Yeah, the one thing that is kind of cool about the show is because we can get into extended interviews, but also during COVID, I noticed that a lot of the artist community were just really suffering. So I says, hey, come on in, let's do some stuff and highlight you. And it kind of stuck. And so every episode has a song. And so this one is Pixie and the Party Grass Boys. Now, granted, there's a couple girls in there. So roll tape. Musical guest Pixie and the Party Grass Boys entertain us with a fun and positive message.
Right in the GTU backyard. They sound great.
Oh, yeah, they were awesome. Well, I have to admit, okay, I've done this with my kids and my grandkids, and I kind of teased her. Everybody's got to howl at the moon occasionally. So it's just like, okay, yeah, we had some fun.
I love it. I love it.
Now, artists come in all kinds of different shapes, sizes, and flavors, and to me, photographers have some incredible skills. And so Chris Dickinson, he started out as a pet photographer, but he does some incredible stuff, and we're featuring him on the show this week.
Oh, I like that. We have a photographer and then another author, Mike Agrilius.
Oh,
we
yeah.
know him.
Oh, yeah. You know, he's kind of our local little flavor. He happens to do children's books. So, hey, let's have some fun. Read this and let's add some music and effects and all that kind of stuff. So it was a blast.
This is an incredible show of really highlighting and diving a little deeper than what we can do here on our show to find some really talented people here in Utah and all across the country.
Oh, yeah. Because the moniker for the show is everyone has a story. Stories have power. They help us understand each other. So you right there, you have a story. The person on the couch, you know, the person in the kitchen, the person in the
Doug's coming
everybody.
for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. Again, where can we find you this weekend?
ABC4.
3
Right
o'clock.
here, 3 o'clock, and then worldwide at jessupsjournal.com.
All right, thank you, Doug, so much, and Jessup's Journal for the sponsored interview. Always love having you here.
Likewise. Thank you so much.